Keep getting into the most ridiculous situations, and at some point I have to wonder, am I the problem? One time I thought I was getting hired to work in a gym, but it turns out they were just schmeth heads who weren't even renting the space that we were in where they were building the gym, and were actually just cutting holes through the wall so that they could go and steal stuff from all of the adjoining stores. One time my boyfriend's car broke down, so a friend said that he would call his mechanic and get him to come pick it up from the house because you couldn't drive it, and he would fix it for cheap. Then this friend would never give us the name of the mechanic or the contact information for this mechanic, and the car was stolen. Then 2 years later, we were still paying parking tickets for this vehicle. And the cop said, can't do anything because did you pay the mechanic for the work that he did to the car? What fucking mechanic? And now as I am older, I feel like this has followed me through even into my business life. One time I hired this girl to come on and build out an email sequence for my company, and I sent her a version of what I had done in the past so she could understand what my writing style is and just have kind of an idea of what I was expecting. Did this girl not take a month to just send me back the exact emails that I had written and sent to her, and then expected me to pay her for the work that I had done? When we were moving across the country, we actually kept our original house and we decided to rent it out. I am a proactive person, so about 3 months before the tenant was supposed to move in, I was contacting property managers. I found one that I thought I wanted to hire, so we went ahead, signed the paperwork, and the date that I put at the top of the contract was the date that the tenant started in the unit. They call me back and say, no, this has to be today's date, so I'm going to go ahead and cross it off and you're going to initial beside it. I remind them that the tenant isn't moving in for 3 months and they say, not a problem. And then they tried to charge me to manage my property for the 3 months before the tenant moved in while I was still living there. So I said, let's clear this up by you telling me what services you provided to elicit that fee. They said, we provided no services, but the date at the top of the contract says 3 months ago, so we're charging you for it. And I have so many more of these stories. Am I living in the fucking twilight zone? Is it because I come off as a nice young girl and people think they can take advantage of me? Do I need to change my personality and start being an asshole from day one so people take me seriously? Because a lot of this stuff just seems like common sense to me.